On 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA mornings with Graeme Goodings.
And a very good morning to you. It's 11 on a Thursday morning.
Welcome to On the Road with Ned McHenry. Thanks to Travel Auctions.
Ned, good morning.
Good morning, Graeme. I've missed you.
Did you really?
I honestly miss you. I did. How are you feeling?
Say that with a straight face.
Is everyone saying that to you though today? Have you just? It's so annoying when everyone goes, "How are you? How are you? How are you?"
No, I like it.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, I'll keep it going.
No. Look, much better than I was. I've still got a bit of a croaky throat, as you can tell. But no, I'm feeling fine. Feeling fine.
Good. We're off to Port Broughton today.
Port Broughton. That's is it on Eyre Peninsula?
York Peninsula.
York Peninsula. Yeah.
Yeah, just below.
Just off the top.
Yeah, exactly. Just below Cadena there. It's not far away. We always say that, but it's really not far away. You get to Port Broughton in, I reckon, about an hour and a half from Adelaide. So very close. A lot of people go there for weekends, blue swimmer crabs, family holidays. So another little York Peninsula gem to celebrate. Yeah,
and it's these little places that are not probably at the top of the tourist agenda, not like your tourist hotspots. And a lot of people want that sort of thing. A lot of people really enjoy going to places that a little bit more out of the way, although this isn't out of the way. It's fairly convenient, close by. But it's you go there to relax and unwind and enjoy everything that they've got to offer there.
Well said. How many people would be at Port Broughton in terms of permanent residency? There'd only have to be 1,000 or something, wouldn't there?
Probably about that. I think it in summertime, I think they get, about 4,000 or 5,000 people going there.
Yeah.
So it grows dramatically. But, it's a nice little spot.
Yeah, so I did a little bit of digging. I didn't know this, to be completely honest, but Captain Henry Dale, he was an explorer and founded this town based off wheat, really, and the possibilities with cropping, which is interesting because today, it sits very close to some of the most productive cropping land we have in our state. Yeah. Places like Maitland and Minlinton and so forth. So 1871, Port Broughton was established and named, and as the show progresses, I'm actually going to name my top 5 ports in South Australia with Port Broughton featuring.
Oh, I see. I wonder where it features. 8223 If you have a story about Port Broughton, any famous sons or daughters, anyone that's gone to live there, any experiences you had at Port Broughton? I wonder if anyone famous in the sporting world or the arts world or politics.
Little sleeping giant, Port Broughton. It's tough, isn't it? Because we love travel auctions, and this segment is all about showcasing different little hotspots all around the state. So we've done a couple of different towns in York Peninsula, and it's hard to decide what's going to be your little town. Do you know what I mean? Because Port Broughton's so unique and so special. There's so many advantages, but you've got so many different little areas. So any local inside or anyone who's, travelled there consistently or maybe resides there would love to know what is it about Port Broughton that has you settled there? Why
that makes it special?
Yeah, why that one?
Yeah.
With so many great towns on Yorks.
8223 We have a $100 travel voucher also with compliments of Travel Auctions to give away to the best caller, best story about Port Broughton, something that's happened to you there, why you keep going back, why you live there. Any little story like that. Kevin's on the line. G'day, Kevin.
Good morning, Graeme. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So what do you want to know?
Oh, well, I mean, you tell what is the appeal of Port Broughton?
Well, I was the local copper there in the 1980s, from 83 to 92, and they moved back to the city, and seven odd years ago, my wife passed away, and I was at a bit of a loose end, so I went back up to Port Broughton to watch a footy game, and the love and compassion from the locals, I said, this is my town.
Yeah.
And I met another lady, and so I moved up there and married on a 3-acre block just out of town because she's got horses. But it's a good little fishing spot. And like I thought, I better do more fishing, but I've got this big boat sitting in the shed which I'm going to have to sell because, well, I'm not a young bloke anymore. And but they're still getting fish there. It supports a local fishing industry, crabbing and scale fishery. It's got a good school. It's got... I think we've got about 4 doctors there. If not, there might be 3, but we're getting another one, but it's going, I think a couple want to retire. It's got a great retirement village, like a Barunga by the Sea, where you buy in, and also the aged care facility. Pub. It's got all your sports, like your football, your cricket, your tennis, netball, bowls, golf. hope I haven't missed any out.
Kevin, can I just lean in on that chat about local sport there? What is it about Port Broughton attracting some good talent at the moment? Have you got Chris Burgess having a kick there, ex-Crows player?
Actually, I don't know because I haven't been following it that much recently.
Okay.
That'd be a handy acquisition.
They
Might start in the bees.
They have to get in outside players because the population, the demographics have changed considerably. Like the farms are 3 times the size they used to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of the farmers have either sold or leased their land to other farmers. And this year it looked like they're going to have a pretty good season. We had a pretty good start to the season. Everything's looking so green and beautiful. Another thing too, I'm on the Dementia Alliance committee, and the idea is to make it a dementia-friendly town. So anyone who's got a family member living with dementia can come up and be assured that it's dementia-friendly, and so that their family member is going to feel comfortable and safe in the community.
Oh. Kevin, you make it sound like a really appealing place and a welcoming place.
Well, I think it is. I even as a local copper, they were a really good bunch, and a lot of youngsters around in those days. And what I was doing, I'd go down to the school and give them this road safety code. And so that every question they were going to face in a written exam, they'd have to do it, open book exam, of course. The idea was to teach them, make sure they read the book.
Yeah.
And then worked in with one of the school teachers. I was on the school board at the time. And they bought a car, and that was part of their school curriculum of learning to drive. And only he would book them in when they were ready for the final test. And as part of that, I'd take them out to the cemetery. We'd go down the headstones, and I'd give them a rundown on those who had lost their lives in car accidents, and just remind them that
good idea.
We're fragile.
Yeah, most
and
definitely.
One day you're going to remember the rest of your life is the day you got your driver's license. I want you to remember where you went and the discussion we had, because you carry a valuable cargo in that vehicle. Well, there hasn't been a young person from Port Broughton killed in a car accident since then.
Oh,
yeah.
Look, a wonderful message, Kevin. So, being the local copper at Port Broughton, that'd be a pretty good job, wouldn't it? You wouldn't be fighting a lot of crime.
Had its moments. Like the summer holidays and Easter and long weekends, there was absolute bedlam, and got very little sleep. But then you had the quiet period, and that was the time, you'd get time to drag out the books and study up for promotional exams, etc.
Did you ever have to arrest any of your mates, Kevin?
Occasionally. A little too much to drink and a little too much to stay and wouldn't move on. And also lads from visiting towns and occasionally have the chance to cool their heels for a while.
So if you're having a quiet beer with your mates at the pub and they get a little bit rowdy, you can actually just pull out the handcuffs and pull them up. That's not a bad way to do it.
Well, usually never handcuffs, but normally it didn't happen that way. They behave themselves when I was around, but
yeah.
But, and funny, I'll even have a beer with some of those that I locked up when they were young and silly. And let's face it, we were all a bit young and silly once, weren't we?
We were.
Good on you, mate. Awesome.
Kevin, thanks for your call, sharing your stories about Port Broughton. Reminds me of a story about the Stansbury pub that I've got to tell at some stage. I won't tell it now.
Are you going to tell it after the break?
I might tell it after the break. 8223000. Port Broughton. Scott says, my lad, his partner and my grandson live at Broughton, and you look out their front window and there's the ocean.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the world.
Pretty specky. Yeah.
Back shortly.
Be listening to the FIVEAA Interactive Lounge this Thursday with Stacey Lee. Representatives from SportsMed will be on air, debunking myths about common musculoskeletal issues, such as tennis elbow, carpal tunnel syndrome, and frozen shoulder. There's a lot the everyday athlete can do to treat these conditions. If you have questions, they'll also answer them confidentially off air. Catch the FIVEAA Interactive Lounge with SportsMed this Thursday with Stacey Lee. Call 8223 0055.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. From modern curved styles to classic heritage gables, everything is custom built using genuine Australian blue scope steel for strength and durability. Explore the range and ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
This Saturday is Cross Lotto's $20 million Super Draw Saturday. Get super excited. Grab an entry in-store, online or on the Lot app now. Wouldn't it be nice? Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858. Chance of winning is 1 in 8.15 million.
Now, are you dreaming of a holiday? Travel Auctions has been sending South Australians on holiday since 1992. Ned, what are we bidding on today?
Well, we have a relaxing coastal getaway in picturesque Port Broughton, located on the beautiful York Peninsula. You might even see Kevin, the ex-local copper nearby. You can bid on 3 nights accommodation for 2 people at the Port Broughton Sunnyside Motel. Centrally located, it's close to the shops, the beach and the Port Broughton jetty. Explore the York Peninsula coastline. They've got great beaches, hidden coves and great coastal drives throughout that region too. So take a day trip as well if you want to the northern York Peninsula, explore charming coastal towns, local attractions and some of South Australia's best fishing and boating destinations. So much to do, and this is good value. So it's normally worth $510, but what would you pay? It's valid until the 30th of June 2027.
Save on your next getaway and don't pay full price. Visit travelauctions.com.au and bid, win, go.
Formula Honda's end of financial year event is on now, with great offers right across the Honda range. Receive price reductions of up to $2,000 on selected 25-built Honda CR-Vs. Premium engineering, exceptional value, a standard that's a cut above the rest. This is the end of financial year event, only from Formula Honda, and only while stocks last. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond, or North East Road, Modbury, and book your test drive today. See honda.com.au for T's and C's.
The usual sales are on, but your furniture should feel anything but usual. And the discounts, are they really as big as they say? It's time to visit Adelaide's best kept secret, Nordic Design Furniture in Stepney. The first thing that hits you is the smell of solid timber and real leather. Dining, lounge, bedrooms, cabinets, all handmade right here in SA. Come and see just how different the Nordic Design showroom is, or visit their amazing website. Open 7 days, McGill Road, Stepney. Yes, it's a Nordic.
Get ahead of winter with comfy credits from Origin. Move with Origin and you could get up to $200 in bill credits. That's $100 for natural gas and $100 for electricity, keeping you comfy and in control this winter. That's all kinds of useful. Search Origin today. New and moving residential customers only. Sign up by 30th of June and stay until 30th of June. Bill credit includes GST. T's and C's and eligibility apply.
5AA Mornings with Graeme Goodings.
And you're listening to On the Road with Ned McHenry, thanks to Travel Auctions, 82230000 if you have a story about Port Broughton that you'd like to share with us. Now, Ned, you're promising to do the 5 best ports,
yes,
most famous ports or ports in South Australia.
Let us know if I've missed one. I always do my top 5. So towns with a port in them in South Australia. I'm not going to worry about anywhere else. None of that Victorian or New South Wales rubbish. Anyway, some notable admissions. Port Noarlunga, Port Macdonald, very stiff to miss. Oh, those poor towns. They must be hurting at the moment because they are incredibly unlucky. But number 5...
They're not on the list.
They're not on the list.
They've missed out.
Now, Port Macdonald, it has a very, very soft place in my heart. I love it. Barrel bluefin tuna, home of the crayfish, right on the border. It's great. But number 5, Port Germain.
Port Germain, yeah.
Just because of the jetty and some of the great history at Port Germain. Sleeping giant close to Adelaide, like it. Number 4, the town we're talking about, Port Broughton features. Yeah. Sleepy little giant there. Well, it's not a giant, it's sleepy, in fact. But it's a great place to go fishing, great blue swimmer crabs, King George whiting, and, as we've spoken about, so much to do on a family holiday. So get onto that. Number 3, and I must admit, it's getting a little bit posh for my liking. It's getting a little bit busy, but it's still beautiful. Port Elliot. It is very busy. Oh, don't know, Graham. It
is magnificent.
It is beautiful. And Horseshoe Bay and the bakery, and it's quite flash there. And a great pub too, with, for a beer and a schnitzel or whatever you want to do. So that's number 3, Port Elliot, great spot. Number 2, another York Peninsula beauty, Port Victoria. Just huge King George whiting there. Love the island. Love fishing out of there. Love Port Victoria, close to Marion Bay and the International Park. So just love that region. And number 1, the best port by a mile. It is my favourite place in the world by a mile. Would move there tomorrow if I could. Port Lincoln.
Port Lincoln, yeah, not surprised.
It is the greatest town that God has ever created, Graeme, if you believe in God.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You like it that much?
It was like God got all of his other tasks done in creating humanity and whatever, and then he decided, right, I'm going to allocate all of my time to actually inventing the most beautiful, picturesque, aquaculture-filled town, and he put all of his energy into Port Lincoln, and he has done a fantastic job.
That's a big rap, Ned.
It is.
That is a very big rap.
Is it? Yeah, a little bit religious. I'm not sure I usually.
That's fine. That's
not
fine.
sure I usually sit in that lane.
Well, do you agree or disagree with Ned? 8223000. Don't forget we've got a $100 voucher to give away. Anthony says George Hewitt, the AFL footballer, is from Port Broughton.
Is he really?
Was he with Carlton?
Carlton?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for
He
that,
was
Anthony.
originally Sydney. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. How about that? Jim, good morning.
Good morning, Graeme. Good morning, Ned.
Hello, Jim.
How are you going? I've got a few Port Broughton memories. As a lad in primary school from grade 5, 6 and 7, I'm nearly 60, mind you, we used to go to Port Broughton for an end-of-year Christmas trip, all the classes, and go crabbing and the likes. And one day there was an old bushy there, and I used to use rabbits in my crab nets back then. You were allowed to use meat in the water in them days. And an old bushy was there, and he was using galahs, and we were horrified as children in grade 6, and frogs for bait for fishing.
Goodness.
We were horrified. Another thing about Broughton, I used to play football for Warnertown, and that was in the Broughton League till it folded and we joined the Northern Areas. And that oval in them days, Ned, was running uphill one way with the wind blowing.
Was it?
And you're a bit of a fat young lad in junior colts and senior colts. That oval was a killer, it was.
What? So in the first quarter, would you go up the hill to get it out of the way, or do you save that for
we
the
were
last?
stupid, Ned. We'd try and get a big heap of goals on and run them out in the ground. But us boys from Warnertown were a little bit slower than those Broughton lads. That's a good to hear. And talking about Lincoln, just down the road from Lincoln, or just before Lincoln, Tumby Bay, there's a Lutherans had a church camp there called Trinity Haven. I think they still have. It's an old Maralinga building.
Yeah, right.
And we hired it one year, caught the biggest King George whiting off the beach that I've caught in my whole life, even out in a boat.
Wow.
It looked like a muller whale. It was that big. just off the beach, mate.
That's gold, Jim. Good on you, mate.
Good on you, Jim. You're in the running for the $100 voucher.
He was going very clean. He's given the EPA a bit of a heart attack with the glass story, but apart from that, brilliant.
Hey, Ned, there's a great fishing spot at Sunnyside, just around the back of Broughton. Plenty of silver whiting.
Wonderful. Now, Graeme, I'm not letting you get away without telling us this Stansbury pub story.
Oh, I thought I'd snuck it away. All right. Now, statute of limitations, this happened more than 30 years ago. Okay,
good.
So we're staying at the Stansbury pub, right?
Yep.
Or I don't know if we were staying in the pub, but anyway, we were drinking there late on a Saturday night. 10 o'clock closing, and there's about half a dozen people in the bar. One guy right up the end who's collapsed on the bar. He's obviously had plenty to drink, and we're really cooking nicely. And the barman's about to call the last drinks. We thought, I better top up. And then he sort of said, no, you'll be right. Go past 10. So we had a couple more drinks, got to 10:30. And I remember saying, look, we don't want to get you into trouble. What if the local copper comes in? He said, see that guy passed out at the end of the bar?
No.
He's the local copper. True story.
That's very funny.
Yeah, Stansbury pub. But yet, lots of years ago, folks, I'm sure that officer just had a bad night.
Yeah.
And he's moved on, and he could be the police commissioner. Who knows?
That is hilarious. That's very good.
Anyway,
very good.
we're not talking about Stansbury. We're talking about Port Broughton and why you should go there. We highly recommend the Port Broughton Hotel overlooking the jetty, which has great meals, and the veranda is pet-friendly. It is close to Port Pirie and Wallaroo. We always go there when over that way. Cheers, Deb from Wollonga. How about
What do you think about the popularity of pet-friendly venues and accommodation offerings, Graeme? What do you think? It's becoming a lot more popular to let your dog or whatever come with you.
Look, I know there was that incident in, Harndorf?
Harndorf, yeah.
Look, I wouldn't go to a place that had pets there, but I'm not against it. I mean, if you label it pet-friendly cafe or whatever, that's terrific. But, if you don't like to be sharing a space with, pets, go to another cafe.
Well, go
to another restaurant.
In that example. So what if you and I were sitting at a pub and we're in an outdoor space and I had my dog underneath the table? Would you feel like I was...
No, personally, I wouldn't be all that... It wouldn't bother me that much.
Bother you?
No, but then some people have... allergies to pets or scared of them. You know, so I can see stories both sides. But I wouldn't go into a place deliberately because there are pets there and then complain to management saying, why have you got pets in the place?
Oh, well, that's just 2026 for you, isn't it? Summed up, really.
Isn't it? Ned, that's just about it. Thanks for the trip to Port. Who are we giving the voucher to?
Jim's story was a ripper.
It was. Good on you, Jim. You've won the $100 travel voucher. Ned, we'll do it again next Thursday.
Looking forward to it, Graeme.
You've been listening to On the Road with Ned McHenry, thanks to Travel Auctions.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowie and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes. Thanks to Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens Swear Jar Pledge. Riley O'Brien swears to bring you the latest Crows and AFL news.
Harris Scarf Friends exclusive 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now. Save big on full-price bedding, kitchen, electrical and more. Don't miss out. Sale ends soon. Excludes clearance and gift cards. See conditions online. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
This is very serious. The Blackout End of Financial Year sale is live at Edwardstown Mazda with huge in-showroom only deals and serious savings across all new and demo vehicles. Save up to drive away with no ads, no clues, just serious end of financial year value in-store only. Are you serious about end of financial year? Prove it. Show up. The Blackout sale, only at Edwardstown Mazda and only in-store. Must end June 30.
Are you dreaming of a holiday? Travel Auctions has been sending South Australians on holidays since 1992. Ned, what are we bidding on today?
We've got a cracking coastal getaway in beautiful Port Broughton. It's on the beautiful York Peninsula. We've spoken about how close it is. This one is just fantastic. So bid on 3 nights accommodation for 2 people at the Port Broughton Sunnyside Motel. Sounds like a ripper, this place. It's centrally located right near the shops. You're close to the beach and the Port Broughton jetty as well. So there's so much to do on York Peninsula. Discover beautiful beaches, hidden coves and scenic coastal drives throughout the region. Take a day trip as well if you want. Go to the northern York Peninsula. There's great coastal towns, local attractions, and some of South Australia's best fishing and boating destinations, of course. Normally, this would be worth $510, but what would you pay? It's valid until the 30th of June, 2027.
Save on your next getaway and don't pay full price. Visit travelauctions.com.au and bid, win, go.